Hey, what's up guys? John here. The real estate collapse has officially begun, but what many people do not realize is that every single city in America is about to go through a massive change. Lending is going to go through a massive change. Property ownership, property prices, safety inside of cities, everything as a whole is going through a huge change right now, and a lot of people have no idea. But in this video, I'm going to break it down with hard facts that you can take to the bank. This is all happening. A lot of people are investing in real estate, pretending like everything's 2017, 2018 all over again. I think we're in this massive bull run. No. Everything is about to change. But smart and savvy real estate investors, they're aware of this. They're planning in advance. They're investing in advance. And I actually think we're going to see a huge trend towards real estate ownership outside of major cities. People are going to start leaving cities because of everything I'm about to show you in this video. Please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube will share this content to educate more people about what's really going on in this economy. And if you want to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. I believe we're in the greatest wealth transfer of all time. The last few years have been a warm-up for what's to come in the next 3 or 4 years. Take a look at this information. So more than half of the $2.9 trillion in commercial real estate loans need to be refied in the next 18 months. So you're talking almost $1.5 trillion needs to be refinanced. You've seen the volatility of regional banks. A lot of banks are stepping into some big problems, but a lot of these small regional banks hold most of this debt. But look at this. New York City offices lost up to 50% of their value, representing billions in bank write-downs. Right? New York City, Starwood defaults on $212 million Atlanta office building. This just happened. This situation unfolding in Baltimore, this deal sold for $66 million 8 years ago. Just traded for $24 million. 60% drop in price. 60%. San Francisco office tower sold for 75% off. It originally sold for $250 million. That was in 2015. Now it just sold for $60 million. So a massive markdown. Look at this building. This is what sold for $60 million. In New York City, people are spending $30, $40, $50 million on an apartment, a really nice apartment. Even more. You can buy a skyscraper in San Francisco office right now. Skyscraper for $60 million bucks. Like, it's absolutely insane. Miami land deal collapses amid commercial real estate slowdown. This is happening everywhere. Austin, Texas, Miami, a lot of the markets people think are immune. But I'm going to show you what's going to happen to all these cities that nobody is paying attention to. I mean, everyone's aware that commercial real estate is going to drop dramatically. Some estimates as much as 40% from their peak. Morgan Stanley previously estimated which could mark an even more severe crash than the great financial crisis of 2008. Well, look at this. Look at this. Soul-crushing converted Bay Area office apartments fail to go viral, right? Everyone's talking about these office conversions. Many people think they're going to happen. Many people think they're not going to happen because the costs are going to be too high and all the zoning problems, right? A lot of people think that. What I actually think is going to happen is I believe it's going to turn into more communal housing, affordable housing, where essentially they don't need to bring these buildings up to code as if they were a traditional apartment. They essentially just keep them as almost like a dorm room where it's just going to be 50, 100 people inside of 10 rooms. Like, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people inside of every single building with maybe a dozen or so bathrooms. Look at what's happening. Boston wants to convert office buildings into housing. Denver developer converting office may not solve the housing crisis. Empty office spaces can be converted to residential buildings. I mean, Chicago's planning it. I mean, this is happening literally everywhere. This is just the last couple days they're talking about this. And literally, Texas breaks ground on second Atlanta office to residential conversion. Now, here's what people don't realize. Is that when you look at every single one of these cities, they have a set goal to hit adding housing units by 2030. So they have 7 years to add millions and millions of housing units in all these cities. And so how are they going to do it? Obviously, they're going to have to convert some type of structure, potentially commercial real estate because it's in significant distress, or allowing single-family property owners to demolish their homes and allow developers to build properties. I mean, the most viable option is actually going to be commercial real estate. Now look at the numbers. How many housing units does San Francisco need to build by 2030? 82,000. How many housing units Los Angeles have to build right? California as a whole has to build 2.5 million housing units. Los Angeles has a target. They need to build 100,000 in downtown Los Angeles and 35,000 on the outskirts of Los Angeles. You look at Baltimore. Earlier this year, Live Baltimore released a landmark study showing the potential to add more than 25,000 households in the next 5 years. Now is the time to implement strategies that realize the potential. Mayor Scott can lead us to grow to 2030, right? You look at Chicago. Chicago right here is on track to add 48,000 new apartments by 2030. Building 30 million new homes by 2030 is an ambitious but necessary goal to address affordable housing. They're going to build 30 million housing units in just North America. Commercial real estate is going to be the way. But what I think is ultimately going to happen is they're going to pack people in cities like sardines. It's going to greatly impact city property values. And I think we're going to start to see a lot of people saying, you know what, I'm working remote anyway. I don't need to go into the office every single day. Maybe I'll get a house in the suburbs. Maybe I'll get a little further away. Maybe I'll get a little garden, or maybe I'll get a little house, some land. I think we're going to see a lot of people doing that in the next few years. New York City, for example, they need to add 560,000 housing units in the next 7 years. It's a substantial figure. Now, when you look at actually how big this situation is, in just Northern America, you're seeing this everywhere. Miami, New Orleans, Houston, Austin, Phoenix, LA, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Chicago, DC, Philly, New York City, Boston. And this is happening everywhere. This is going to happen everywhere. And this isn't just these are just the cities that have so far already signed on, but there's a lot of other cities that have already made smaller pledges, 187 cities, in fact, in America, that have already made smaller pledges to kind of hop on board here. And so I think this is going to be a really big restructuring of property values. I think this is going to be huge. Take a look at what the actual plan is. They say that they want to add 1 billion homes by 2025. A billion homes by 2025. 60% of the buildings that will exist by 2050 haven't been built yet, right? And they're going to be doing this with mandatory performance standards for existing buildings, for energy. We're witnessing something so big here, something so huge. And this massive wealth transfer, I believe that there's going to be a lot of investors that are smart, educated, well-informed. They're going to be looking to pick up a lot of these commercial deals. They're going to look to, find opportunities to capitalize on this trend. Because whether we like it or we don't like it, this is already law. This is already happening. Everything's already in motion. Our opinions aren't really going to matter much. This is going to happen regardless of what people think about it. But that's just the way it is, including measures to reduce embodied emissions in buildings, benchmarking, whole life cycle emissions. They could say, hey, look, this commercial real estate deal, it was a poorly planned strategy with this office building. We can rip everything out. We can make it clean and green. We can fix it. We can combat affordable housing. We can do all of these things to better the community and to make life more sustainable and better for the environment and better for the world. That's how they'll probably pitch it. But this is going to happen. This is going to happen in a huge way. And I think we're going to start to see a lot of banks that are holding all this debt. We're going to start seeing them pull back dramatically and say, you know what, we're going to be careful on lending. That's what I'm betting on. We've already heard about banks already tightening up because of credit card defaults, residential mortgage defaults, auto loan defaults, personal loan defaults, business defaults. We're already seeing that already corporate bankruptcies are at 2010 levels. But if you look at some of these funders and partners, you realize that this is going to happen. This isn't just going to be North America. UK government, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark. This is everywhere. This is going to happen everywhere, cities all over the world. I'll even show you some of the other ones. So if you look at energy and buildings and you scroll down, some of the other cities that they have listed here, let's see here. So you can look, it's very fascinating. You can look here in cities, you can see just how big this is. This is all over the world, all of these locations. Lisbon, Madrid, Barcelona, Rome, Athens, Istanbul. It's everywhere. Berlin, Warsaw, Poland. It's everywhere. So I think we are going to be witnessing something very, very big in the real estate market. I think it's going to be something huge. I think smart and savvy real estate investors are planning ahead. They are getting everything in line. They're sitting on cash. They're in a really good business, or they're planning to enter a really good business. They're making smart, forward-thinking decisions today to plan for tomorrow, because the world is changing very, very quickly. We are in the greatest wealth transfer of all time. Everything that we know about capitalism and business and the world is likely going to change every single year over the next few years. Smart and savvy people know this. What do you think about it? Drop below, hit the like button, add me on IG. I mean, this is absolutely crazy, and it goes way past just buildings. If you click here and you go around this website, you will learn so much. And I mean, look at this, for example. If you go to board of directors, I mean, you have some really, really big names here, right? You have some really, really big names here. I mean, you even got people such as, just to kind of put this into context, huge names such as World Bank. You got Hillary. You got, I mean, you can see the names. You got some really big names, really deep pockets, very, very powerful organizations that are going to be moving the world into a different direction. Drop below. Let's have a conversation about it. Hit the like button, add me on IG, and if you want to fix your credit to position yourself for the greatest wealth transfer of all time, we'd love to help you at greatcreditfast.com. That's greatcreditfast.com. Go there, schedule a free strategy session, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.